Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at thetechtrader.com. It's November the 24th, Tuesday, and these are the charts of the day. Market had a pretty interesting day, down and then back up, closing mixed, but I have to say that there was a lot of stocks that we followed did well, and to say the least, there were some good trading opportunities today. Let's start off alphabetically with Abercrombie and Fitch. You can see that this base has been broken. A little upset with myself for not giving you this swing trade. As soon as it broke out above 24, you can see it's already reached near 27 that quickly. So my targets are 27 and 29 3/4, 30. So we're already at 1. If we do get a pullback consolidate in that area, I may give you a swing on it. But for now, targets are around 30. If we look at the major declining top line coming in at 34, that could be the next target on this one, especially if you look back here and reach out towards that 34.5 zone. So ultimately, that would be my target, but step by step, let's see what happens. There's 11 days to cover. That's fueling the fire on this move up. Breakaway gap with good volume. ANFI also extending after the pop and the wedge. We can see it's been up 5 days in a row, accelerating $1.21 or 14% today. Nearly a million traded. OBV is at the top of the window for the year. It looks like it wants to go higher. I think a test of 1065 may be coming as early as tomorrow. And then I'm looking at 13 and 14 and a half. 11 days to cover as well on this one. Bonanza Creek, well, I like the pattern a lot, and it's inverse head and shoulder breakout and wedge with the following breakout today of 94 cents or 12%. Volume picked up to 3.5 million. I think we're going to test the 10, 10, 20 zone short term, and we get through that, we can see 13. This looks pretty good. 4.26 days to cover. COP swing will give you on the breakout here. It's pulled back, bounced, double topped, and pulled back, double bottom. But the trend line held, so did the 50. Today it popped out of the wedge, jumping 204, 3.83% on 8.2 million. With 3.5 days to cover, I'm looking for another test and takeout of 57 and a quarter. Once we do that, my short-term target is 60. CPE, one of the strongest junior oils around right now. You can see this pattern. Not too many junior oils are looking at new 52-week highs and headed towards resistance. The targets are 11 and 12, and you can see the breakout that occurred today on 3.4 million, jumping 8%. CSTM, Castilium, a stock that had dropped all the way down from the low 30s and a 5-wave decline, taking it down to 3.5 or so, has exploded off that level and gotten it up to nearly 9. Matter of fact, the high recently was 875. Today's high, 883, so a nominal new high. And there's resistance right here. If we get through it, this rising flag could accelerate towards 12, and that's what I'll be looking for. Helix, a stock that I gave you here on a swing that didn't quite work. Took another 5 weeks to consolidate. Finally today it broke out again. On 1.5 million shares, jumping 59 cents or 10%. I feel like 7 and then 7 3/4 would be short-term targets, but ultimately my swing target is 9. Imperva, an important breakout today. 3/4 million shares, up 5%. The stock broke out about multiple tops. And if you look at this, this is all-time high territory. With a massive 1, 2, 3, and 4, the 5th wave could reach 100, 105, 110 area in a not too distant future, but my short-term target is going to be about 85. This looks interesting. 4 days to cover. ITCI, one of my favorite biotechs right now, with an explosive move on positive news, then a 50% retrace test support. It's now moving up steadily in a rising channel. And you can see that if we get up to the top of this channel near 62.3, that would challenge this recent high at 60.79. Today's high at 57.74, so we're not too far away. If we go, we can run into the mid-60s, maybe low 70s. 4 3/4 days to cover on this one. LSCC, well, this little junior semiconductor stock continues to do very, very well. Today, after breaking out of this little wedge in here, popped as high as 6 and closed at 588, up 5%. I do think it has more to go, and I'm looking at a run up to take 7 and test 7, maybe 7.5. NEO, that's one of our swing trades. Looks like a funny may be emerging. It popped 18 cents or only 2%, but it's challenging its high now near the 820 level, and if we get through that, we can see 9 and then 9 3/4. Nuance. After the big pop a week ago, it settled in for a 1-week flag type consolidation. Today, it popped out, jumping 47 cents. You can see how that has been broken and is headed higher. The top of the channel has been taken out. This may accelerate. 22, 23.5 for targets. 3.7 days to cover. What a big day for SUNY. 147 million shares, one of the biggest volumes ever traded on it, particularly on an up day, second biggest volume since the last volume here. So you can see these two big days of volume in the last week indicate the possibility that this stock may have seen an important low. If they're dropping from 33 and change down to 2.5, I would hope so, unless they're going out of business. Right now, the short-term target looks like a run up near 5.15. Secondary target, 6.5. That's what I'll be looking for. We'll see if we get follow through tomorrow. It's important. True car. After the base was broken and the pullback held support at the moving averages, it's been run right back up to from 640 to over 930. And at this point, the gap is filled. My targets are 11.5 and 13 going forward. 15.4 days to cover. This one could be interesting. UNT, another junior oil with a nice base pattern. After spiking up a month ago or 3 weeks ago, it's been consolidating. Today it popped $1.76 rate, 10.6% on a million shares. It looks like if it gets to here, it can run to 21 and 24. 4.5 days to cover. Well, the stock of the day, VLTC to say the least, went from a low of 337 to a high of 860, and after hours has exploded, although it has pulled back. Take a look at this. It got up to 9 now. Actually, it's right now the high for the day, near it. 991 was the high. It pulled down at 933. It's right back to 980, 960 range. Tomorrow this could be 11, 13, or higher. I would say that any move up towards that range, if it does get it tomorrow, early on, should be taken advantage of on the sale. And Vuzi popped today as well, late in the day, as you can see, taking the stock back from the support level and reversing with a gain for the day. 17.5 days to cover. I'm looking for 7, 7.5, and 8 going forward on this. And Zendesk, after the big pop and swing trade issue, it reached 26, pulled back to test. Today spiked up 77 cents, 3%. 8.25 days to cover. I'm looking at 28 for this one. And that's it for tonight, everybody.